Today we're diving into one of the biggest headaches haulers are facing right now, the freight elevator issues in Star Citizen. If you've been trying to move cargo during the event, there's a good chance you've run into broken or blocked lifts. And to be fair, because we should be, some of these problems come from bugs on CIG's end, but others are the result of players acting with less than noble intentions. That's just part of the Star Citizen experience. Over the past few days, I've gone through the full range of emotions. I've been frustrated, griefed, and annoyed. And then I've seen those moments of unexpected teamwork and the kind of magic that reminds you why this game can be special when it works. I absolutely love those of you that are making the game better for others. Keep it up. We're going to break down the most common freight elevator bugs plaguing the verse right now, along with the workarounds that some intrepid haulers have figured out to keep cargo moving. Big shout out to Carga over on Spectrum for pulling all this together. I've dropped a link to their post down in the description if you want to read through it yourself. Let's start with the general fixes. These are the ones that seem to work across multiple locations, and they might just save your run when the elevator decides to throw a fit. Most of the outposts have more than one freight elevator, and usually when one's broken, the others still work. So always check the additional ones before giving up. Walk onto the pad, then walk off, and try cycling the elevator up and down. That alone can sometimes do the trick. If you're still stuck and you're flying something like a C2, there's a brute force fix that works surprisingly well. Get as close as you can to the surface and use your engine boost to clear debris off the elevator platform or anything that might be sitting on top of it. Use the entire boost meter. It's not subtle, but it gets the job done. Now let's talk about some specific bugs and how to handle them. If you hit a terminal and it just says loading contents, that's actually one of the easier bugs to deal with. Just press X to back out, step away for a few seconds, and try again. 9 times out of 10, that resets it. It's still annoying, but compared to what we're about to cover, it's practically a freebie. Alright, let's get into the ones that really test your patience. This one's probably hit most of us by now. The elevator works fine, you're waiting your turn, everything seems normal, until it shows up completely empty. No crates, nothing. It looks like your cargo's gone, but it's not. It's just invisible. What's actually happening is the same bug that causes the elevator is overloaded issue we'll cover in a minute. The cargo's still there, just not showing up in the grid. Here's what's worked for me. Send the elevator back down, add a small 1 SCU box from a small hauling contract to it, then bring it back up. That usually forces everything to reappear. If that doesn't work, or you don't have access to a smaller contract at that location, skip ahead to. Alright, now let's talk about clearing the dreaded elevator overloaded error. This one's caused by invisible cargo, usually from the bug we just talked about. Before we get into the fix, just remember, small cargo elevators do have a limit. For most of them, that means 1 stack of the large contract boxes. That's not a bug, it's just a limitation of the current elevator size. Until CIG updates them or adds larger platforms, don't expect to move a full large contract in one go using a small elevator. Now, if you're getting the overloaded error even when trying to load just 1 stack, here's what you can try. First option is to split the stack. On the warehouse side of the terminal screen, right-click on your cargo stack and break it up. This workaround lets you test the volume limit by sending fewer boxes up at a time. It's not a real fix, but it can get you moving if you're stuck. The second option might actually clear the bug. Drop a non-cargo item onto the elevator platform, something big that doesn't snap to the grid, a gun you don't care about, etc. Then send the elevator down and back up. There's a video from Loccey that shows this in action. Links in the description, give it a watch and a like. When the elevator comes back, you'll usually see the invisible cargo is now visible. Just remove it, and don't forget the object you placed or it'll stay broken. Once everything's cleared, the elevator should work normally again. Next up is the infamous transferring to warehouse Hangup. This one's a classic. It always seems to hit when you've got a full load and 0 patience left. Here's how it goes. You hit the terminal to move the elevator down so you can load your cargo, then the kiosk says transferring to warehouse, and then nothing. It just sits there. Forever. If the elevator locks up and you can't move it at all after that message, I've got bad news. That platform's toast. There's no known fix for it yet, but if the terminal times out and the elevator still responds, there is a chance to recover it. According to Carga, who deserves a medal for figuring this stuff out, it works maybe half the time. Here's what you do. You need to get more than 30 kilometers away from the outpost to force the elevator to stream out of memory. When you come back, the game reloads it from scratch, and sometimes that clears the issue. Now obviously this is easier said than done on a busy server. If you've got other players swarming the place, that elevator might never fully unload. If that doesn't work, here's a second option. Grab an atlas or another box and place it on the elevator. Send it down. You'll likely get an error about unsecured cargo. When the elevator comes back up, pull the atlas off and cross your fingers. That little hiccup might reset things and let you try again. No guarantees, but when you're out of options, it's worth a shot. And now for the big one, the dreaded internal error message with those weird little square symbols in the description. If you've seen it, you already know it's bad. Fixing this one is a long shot, but here's what you can try. First, close the terminal using the X in the top right corner, then reopen it and see if the Select All Cargo button is available. If it is, click it, then immediately deselect everything. After that, try to move the elevator down. Sometimes that clears whatever glitch is jamming things up. If the platform's still stuck, you can try the 30-kilometer stream out method like we talked about earlier, but I'll be honest, it rarely works here. The theory is that there's cargo or debris stuck under the terrain where you can't see or interact with it, and it's clogging the system. Hopefully, this guide helped. Over the last few days, I've seen the worst of the bugs and the best of the community. Players helping each other load cargo, clearing elevators, working together to get the job done. Absolute legends. If you're one of the good ones out there, keep doing what you're doing. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you in the verse.